Okay, for today's warm-up 923, I'm going to have you copy all this work and the words. Hopefully you have some graph paper, and this is graph paper sensitive. You need graph paper. All right, so today the main thing is knowing when you have the zero term or starting with that first term in the sequence. So looking at these both, before I look at one, this one starts with $5. This next one here just talks about finding money on the first day. So again, if you start with $5, that is them telling you that you have that zero term already. You have $5 already in your pocket. You own $5 already before anything's even started. But after that first day, you're adding 3 more to it right here. If I could circle that the good way. So taking that 5, adding 3. First word is cloud. Cloud gives me the first day. I have now $8 in my pocket after starting with 5 and adding 3 more. After that, the second day, I now have 11. After that, the third day, keep adding 3 to it. I have 14. And again, that is the recursive pattern. Keep taking the one before it and adding that 3, recursive pattern. The next one there, looking at it, has $3 on the first day. That means it doesn't give you the zero term. It gives you the first term there, which is 3. And then it's telling you that after that, the next day, the second day, I'm adding 4 more here. Adding 4 gives me, after the second day, I now will have $7. And then to the third day here, adding that 4, I now have 11. And you can see on this one, I do not have the zero term, but I have enough to go backwards. So going back to that zero term, I'm doing the opposite of adding 4, subtracting 4 from this number right here. So that 3 take away 4 gives me the zero term, which is -1. Hopefully you're getting that either in your head because you're smart or using a calculator. So 3 take away 4, -1. And now for both of these, second word is wave. Wave. I could write all my equations I need to know. I need you to know recursive. So this first one, f of x minus 1 plus that 3, that's recursive. Both forms of explicit, taking that 3 and putting that times x and adding that to that 5, that y-intercept term right here, that key term, or going 1 over into x minus 1 plus that 1 next to it, which is that 8 right here, plus that 8. Knowing that, I could also write that like this. Those are equivalent if I write it each way like that, but know all 3 forms. Know this one down here, you got your 3 forms down here too, plus that 4, recursive. You got both forms explicit, minus that 1, that is the zero term, or using the first term, plus that 3, knowing that these are equivalent. If I was to distribute, that would give me 4x minus 4, and then plus that 3 gives me 4x minus 1, the same as that. I need to know that. All right, now I need to be able to take that data and graphically graph it, or graph that data, writing those as coordinates, knowing that this is your x number when you're using a coordinate, and this is your y number. Coordinates are always written x, y. So these coordinates, if I'm looking are going to be 0, 5, x and y. Next one's going to be 1, 8. Next one's going to be 2, 11. And then I have 3, 14. Be able to graph that. So looking at this graph, hopefully you have one. The y-axis is going to be days. The up and down axis is going to be money. If I plot those, 0, 5, 0, up 5. Over 1, up 8. Over 2, up 11. Over 3, up 14. Drawing a line through those points, not just points. And then knowing that that graph, if I look at it, that is my slope. That's over 1, up 1. That is my slope. Over 1, up 1. That is my slope. Matches my rate of change. My y-intercept matches where it's touching on the y-axis. If you're starting with money in your pocket, you're not going through the origin. You're starting up on the y-axis. Third word is thunder. Thunder. All right. And then, of course, graphing that next one there, I need you to know how to graph. That gives me 0, -1, and 1, 3, and 2, 7, and 3, 11. So plotting that 0, -1 is, of course, going to be off this chart a little bit. These are still going to be days. This is my x-axis. This is my really f of x axis. Should have labeled that up here. This is money. 0, -1. Over 1, up 3. Over 2, up 7. Over 3, up 11. Over 4, up to 15. Drawing a line through there. And again, not going through the origin, going down the y-axis a little bit. None of these are proportional yet. So this is my slope. Over 1, up 1. Over 1, up 1. I'm sorry, over 1, up 4. Matches that rate of change, that adding number, my common difference, my y-intercept term, where that line crosses the y-axis. Next word is light. Light. All right, what I'd like you to do after looking at those two arithmetic ones where you start with the 0 term, ones where you start with just the first term, knowing how to write those forms, knowing how to graph that data now, I'm going to have you on your own do this one right here. So again, looking at it in terms of what you have. Is it the first day you're starting with, or is it starting with money in your pocket already? And again, look at that key wording there. Those first two examples, again, the key wording, if I could go back to it, is if it starts with, if somebody starts with something and finds something each day after, that means you have something in your pocket. If you just find something without having something in your pocket already, find something first day, that's your first term. So the problem I'm having you do right here says finding $2 on the first day. Says nothing about already starting with money in your pocket. All right, last word is blue. Blue. If you do this one correctly, hopefully, it should be going through the origin. Should be going right through the origin. Should be growing proportionally. All right, talk to you in a bit.